Well, whether you've committed to a dry January or sober curious or just want another option as a beer drinker, a Maine brewery has just what you need.
Woodland Farms Brewery is the state's first non-alcoholic brewer, and they offer low-calorie, low-carb beer with less than 0.5% alcohol, and it's all brewed with local ingredients. Here to tell us more is owner Patrick Rowan. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I'm so glad to be here.
I've had some of the beer. It's amazing. Can you share with our viewers just a little bit about the history, how this got started, and what made you want to make non-alcoholic beer?
Oh, absolutely. So we started in 2017. I produced my first non-alcoholic beer in 2017. It was absolutely terrible. So we spent about 2 years and then engaged some services of the fine folks of the Technical University of Munich in Germany in 2019 to help us actually craft the product and to get a better feeling. So we took authentic German techniques and applied them with an American style to this. So the brewery is a family-owned brewery. It's my wife and myself and my uncle. Like I said, we started in 2017. My daughter will help on the canning line, you know, and as far as why we chose to go with non-alcoholic beer, I mean, we do produce alcoholic beer as well too, but there really were not good tasting non-alcoholic options 7, 8, 10 years ago. You know, you were sort of stuck with some macro beers that just were afterthoughts. And when we decided to go into this with a real attention and focus to detail on both quality as well as flavor, we thought we could really make our mark.
Is there a market out there? Obviously, you started this with non-alcoholic beer. Is this a big need for non-alcoholic beer?
It is the fastest growing market in craft beer right now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually scheduled to exceed $1.5 billion this year across the entire world.
Yeah, tell us some of the flavors that you have, types of beer that you offer, and what the feedback has been.
So the feedback has been astounding. I can genuinely say I was taken aback at how many people are so passionate about being able to have a good tasting non-alcoholic beer. We run a full gamut of all the styles. So our #1 seller, hands down, is this Pointer non-alcoholic IPA.
I've had that one.
Yeah, this is definitely the #1 seller, 4 to 1 over anything else. And I think that's actually a good example of what the market likes to drink. People like to drink IPAs. But for Dry January this year, we produced a beer called Daywalker. Daywalker is a double dry hopped IPA, so we add a whole nother round of hops to the process in itself, and it's really delicious. It's only available for this month, which is great, all throughout the state of Maine. We also do an oatmeal stout called Dark. And we do a peanut butter double chocolate.
I was just looking at that because that beer's closest to me. I was like, this is like a Reese's peanut butter cup beer.
Delicious.
Or something.
That's 100% right. Yeah, that's exactly right. So it's all the delicious things that come with an oatmeal stout, like a thicker mouth feel and a really rich and creamy feel. But yeah, we use peanut butter and chocolate, organic source cocoa nibs, and we also use chocolate malts as well too. You know, it's not just added flavors, but. And then last but not least, we do a hop seltzer as well too, which has been something in the last 2 years that's kind of exploded into the market space. It's 0 calories, 0 carbs, and absolutely a hop experience as well too.
Wow. And so what is the difference as far as the brewing process to do non-alcoholic versus, beer with alcohol?
How nerdy do you want to get? The short answer is that a lot of people, there are 3 main different ways to create non-alcoholic beer. One is to not create alcohol at all. That's the way that we produce the beer. The second is to create alcohol and then cook it away.
Okay.
And we don't do that either. But we do. Other people will actually then create an alcohol beer and extract the alcohol using membranes, and then they'll use that to make hard seltzers or things like that as well too. We chose creating beer with a lower alcohol content because it just tastes like beer. It's not thin. You can get that authentic beer flavor. You still get fermentation flavors from the beer itself. That's the one complaint that I hear from a lot of the macro beers out there, is that it just doesn't taste like beer. It doesn't have that body. It doesn't
and this
have that
does.
flavor.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, it really
So
does.
Wednesday was New Year's Day, and of course, so many people make New Year's resolutions. One of them, a lot, maybe just either cut back on drinking or, drink don't drink alcohol, but they like beer.
Yeah.
So do you see an uptick maybe starting in January, people that want to do that?
We absolutely
Resolutions?
do. Yes, we absolutely do. So we have a dry or damp January, as we call it. Dry meaning none, damp meaning, well, maybe a little bit here and there, you know. And yes, we do see an uptick in that. And you know, it's really interesting that we've actually seen a massive uptick in the last 2 years, just in general, in non-alcoholic consumption as a whole. And it's not just folks in recovery. People really, it's okay to have 2 regular beers and then switch over to a non-alcoholic beer because now they taste good.
Right.
And the thing is, once you've had 2 normal beers, somebody would give you another one. Just don't tell them what it is.
Yeah.
And they'd be
might not
fine and go,
even
hey,
know,
it tastes really good.
I guarantee you that if you put this in someone's hand, there is and unless they can read in the tiny print that says non-alcoholic, they're not going to know that you're drinking a non-alcoholic beer. We do testing at the tasting room all the time where we'll hand people an NA beer and a regular beer, and they can't tell the difference.
Pretty amazing. And so you can actually order beer, the non-alcoholic beer online, is that correct?
Sure is, wfbrewery.com. We have shipped to 50 states already, which is awesome, as well as Puerto Rico, Guam, and we just got an order to an American air base in Japan.
Wow. That's awesome.
So it's really cool. Yeah, United States Postal Service lets us ship to APO post office boxes.
So when you come out and have some of the non-alcoholic beer, you don't need the designated driver when you head
You
out.
really don't. No, you don't. That's right.
You
There's
can
no
be a
guilt,
designated
you know?
drinker now.
That's exactly right. we say all the flavor and none of the guilt,
Yeah.
you know, which is really, you know, our goal. And it was our goal from day one with this product,
Yeah.
you know. All of this beer is brewed with Maine-grown grain as well, too. Comes right out of Aroostook County, which is sort of exciting and very important for us, too. Supporting Maine agriculture is a big part of what we do, despite the fact that we're in Kittery, the very the very furthest from Aroostook County.
You can't get any further away.
You can't get any
I
further
know.
away, but I'm a Mainer born and bred, so you know, it's really important for us to do that.
Good work here. And remind people of where your tasting room is so they can check that out.
So we're located at 306 US Route 1, which is on the Route 1 strip in Kittery, Maine, directly across from the Kittery Trading Post. That's our landmark. And we're open Wednesday through Sunday from noon until 8 o'clock. We always have non-alcoholic beer on draft as well as regular beer on draft. And it's worth mentioning that we've seen a real uptick in non-alcoholic tourism because people who don't drink or people who prefer not to drink in excess want to still have a pint of beer.
Yeah.
Where are you going to get a pint of non-alcoholic beer?
Yeah.
Woodland
Oh,
Farms.
delicious.
In Kittery.
In Kittery,
Yeah.
that's
Kittery.
exactly right.
Thanks for coming on
Yeah,
today.
thank you
so
so
much for having me. I
much.
really
Happy New
appreciate it.
Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Cheers.
Cheers.